You. We now return you to the Motion Worker album, which is already in progress.
Allman in the Morning, Common Sense Radio.
Good morning, you bunch of drunks.
What do you do when a liberal compares the election of Donald Trump to 9/11? Well, you'll see. Coming up at 7:45. The skank Chelsea Handler, who is a never-Trumper, anti-Trumper, has really gone out on a limb. She's really made a stand. What a brave stand she's taking here. Check this out.
Would you ever have Donald Trump on your show?
No.
What if he asked you?
No.
What about Melania? Would you have her on your show?
Melania? What, to talk about what? She can barely speak English.
Yeah. Lisa points out on Facebook, she speaks 5 languages, Melania does. And I would venture to guess Chelsea Handler maybe speaks 1, which is English.
Or idiot.
Huh.
Yeah, right.
Just dumb.
Speaking of Facebook, I have to tell you, as a conservative, I have retained a very, in my opinion, balanced view of abortion. I recognize, like Donald Trump has stated before, that Roe versus Wade is the law of the land. The likelihood of Roe versus Wade being turned over is minimal. And I'm not even sure I support overturning it as much as I have in the past, as you all know, supported programs that reaffirm life. Like I'm a big supporter of Thrive, which is a great organization which tries to promote economic stability for women who have abortions or are thinking about an abortion because they don't have the resources to sustain the life that they have inside of them. And so, I've been one of these people who have advocated for this position. I believe the pro-life position is better served through promoting programs that reaffirm life. I do not believe, although some people might do this, but I have never believed that, in my own personal opinion, that women have abortions for birth control's sake. If you've known anybody who has had an abortion, you know that that's no easy thing to do. And I know people will think, yeah, they just do it and then they go back to. Maybe there are some people like that, but for the most part, a woman who has an abortion, it's a very it's a trying time for them. It's not taken lightly, I would venture to guess, by most people who have abortions. So knowing that and understanding that, I do believe that ultimately we, as a pro-life community, are better served by supporting, for instance, Our Ladies In and Thrive and organizations that are promoting life through constructive means and not necessarily. I'm not a big supporter of these guys in Missouri, whatever, who go in and want, these scopes to go inside. People have to have a scope put in them before they have an abortion and all these other kinds of reasons. I think we're just better served by trying to be more constructive. So I'm not a big supporter of massive elements of laws that restrict abortion. I'm not a big supporter. I'd rather be more promoting of life as opposed to just simply trying to figure out ways to make it more difficult. I mean, I understand that position, and I would still consider myself to be pro-life. I'm actually, in my opinion, pro-life through and through, since I am a opponent of the death penalty. So I'm a very balanced person when it comes to pro-life issues. But when you mess with me and you're an abortion extremist, and you start saying things about me and talking about me in ways that you're trying to make me into an extremist, at that point, I'm going to strangle you. And at that point, I get offended. And so when people start to poke me and turn me into something that I'm not, then I got a problem with you. And that's why when Jay Stewart on his Facebook page, I don't know why you didn't tag me, but you put my name out there, Jay, the Gray Falcon, and said, Jamie Allman says that there's no indication Donald Trump's going to repeal abortion rights. And then you click on And then there's a click, a link to Donald Trump reinstating the Mexico rule, and suddenly that's seemingly somehow in your mind, Jay Stewart, contradicting me, which actually is not a contradiction, because the reinstatement of the Mexico rule, which prevents federal funding of programs that support abortion overseas, that is not an infringement on any rights, nor is it an indication that rights will be repealed, because in my opinion, abortion rights do not include me having to pay for whatever it is to promote abortion or even for abortions. Jay Stewart, what's up, buddy?
Okay, first of all, there's already an amendment for that.
The Helms Amendment, but I've heard that's Claire McCaskill's side of the story. I understand that.
No. See, now you're doing the same thing. Now you gotta let me. You're doing the same thing you're suggesting I did. I didn't say anything about Claire McCaskill. I'm looking right here at the Helms Amendment that says that foreign assistance to abortions is prohibited under this act, and that Hillary Clinton wanted to repeal that. So there was a problem there. Secondly, as far as your name being on the Facebook page, I was on the show, and I often do summaries of what I talked about on the show. Didn't say anything. I didn't restate your opinion. But you said there was no indication that he had a position on abortion.
No, I didn't. I didn't say that.
John Spicer specifically states that Donald Trump is pro-life and indicates that he is going to protect the life of the unborn with this act that he signed the day after the anniversary of Roe v. Wade being made law of the land.
Right. So,
then another Republican in that same article says this is great and an indication of a step in the direction of protecting the life of the unborn. That is in that article. I never restated your position. You said there was no indication that he had a position on abortion.
No.
And I'm saying that this, in fact, was an indication of if he says he's pro-life, that's a position on abortion. So you need to talk to Sean Spicer.
Well, no, I don't, because I'm talking to you because you included my name in a Facebook post, right. But here's the thing: I never said that Donald Trump did not have a position on abortion. I said there's no indication that Donald Trump is in any way, shape, or form set to repeal abortion rights. And again, I'm going back. No, wait. I'm going back to whether it be the Helms Amendment or the Mexico rule that is not an infringement on abortion rights. Abortion rights do not include federal funding.
He was Mr. Anti-Establishment. He was Mr. Say it like it's plain. He creates this big storm, and it was actually a response to a lot of people who were saying he does all this crazy stuff, and then one of my Facebook friends says, and in behind the scenes, he's going to do stuff that people have a real emotional reaction to. And I was even like, I don't know. And I was giving Trump the benefit of the doubt. And sure enough, without anybody covering it really, he signs this. He didn't talk about it. He could have had a press conference about doing this, Jamie, on Saturday. And instead, he sends Spicer out there to talk about white carpet under people's feet. It's very suspicious, big government behavior. And Donald Trump doesn't give two hoots about
listen, no. But to me, making another effort to restrict taxpayer funding of programs that support abortion or indeed facilitate abortion, that's not big government, Jay. That's small government.
No, he's not small government. He wants to build a wall. We don't.
Right. Okay. Now you're on to something else. I get you on those. I get you on those positions. But to the point we're talking about now regarding abortion, that is not big government to restrict taxpayer funding of abortions. That's small government.
Well, he does. He's not a small government guy. This is a statement.
But that's a small government act.
No, it's not. It's not a small government act.
Yes, it is.
He has no. Did he say that?
Government funding of Planned Parenthood is big government, Jay. It's not small government.
We're not talking about Planned
Parenthood. Right, but
Donald Trump say he's doing this because he found the light with Ron Paul and he wants to save his money. If so, why does he want to make me pay 35% more so I buy goods from companies that he likes as opposed to what I want to buy as a consumer?
Right.
There's nothing big government about Donald Trump. The Republican establishment with Mike Pence wanted abortion statement, and he gave it to him because Donald Trump's just another.
But again, this is a public funding statement. This is not an abortion statement per se. It's not. Again, I go back to the fact of the matter is taxpayer support of programs that support abortion. That is not a right.
Here's my question: if you think that it's just no big deal and it's a taxpayer matter, why are so many of you so responsive to this issue?
I wasn't even talking about this issue, Jay. I wasn't even talking about this issue until, of course, my name is mentioned in a Facebook post, and then everybody's talking about abortion again, where I haven't even talked about abortion for a year now. And that's my big problem with this thing is these people, you guys want to talk about abortion constantly and act like some little measure regarding taxpayer funding of abortion is some kind of infringement on your abortion rights, and it's absolutely zero not.
You're listening to Allman in the Morning. Common Sense Radio.
Why are you people now talking? I wasn't even mentioning it until it was brought to my attention. My name's involved in some abortion baloney. It's not a right to have abortion programs and abortions paid for by taxpayer dollars. So the fact that Donald Trump reinstated the Mexico rule is not an indication he's repealing abortion rights.
97.1 News Time, 7:48. It's 40 degrees. I'm Denise Schaefer, and here are a few of the local stories we're following this morning. State lawmakers are reviewing a bill that would impose penalties on gun owners who do not report a lost or stolen firearm. Today is the deadline for St. Louis City officials to approve items for the April 4th ballot, and the proposal for a new soccer stadium is unlikely to meet the deadline. A federal judge in St. Louis ruled that Ameren, Missouri's coal-fired Rush Island Power Plant violates the Clean Air Act. In sports, the Blues take on the Penguins in Pittsburgh tonight. Game time is 6. This report brought to you by Beauty Rest. A Beauty Rest Platinum mattress brings you innovative design and superior style. With Beauty Rest Platinum, it's not about finding the right setting, it's about elegantly orchestrated sleep. Enjoy precision and control with a Beauty Rest Platinum sleep system. 97.1 News Time, 7:49. It's 40 degrees.
Traffic from the Frank Lita Acura Traffic Center.
On Alla Boulevard eastbound between 170 and Woodson Road, that remains shut down with crash cleanup. Westbound side only one lane open. Best bet avoid that. 270 westbound, 367 to Florissant Avenue tied up. 170 southbound on the brakes. Forest Park Parkway 240 64. 70 eastbound on the brakes. Earth City Expressway to St. Charles Rock Road. Westbound side delays. The Poplar Street Bridge to 10th. And then westbound Riverview Boulevard to Lucas and Hunt. On 4064 eastbound just before Vandeventure, right lane blocked with this crash. Stop and go from Kings Highway. Westbound side just before Big Bend Boulevard, that one is gone but still tied up from Boyle Avenue. 55 northbound, a little bit tight. Loughborough Avenue 244. 270 northbound on the brakes. 55 to Manchester, the same. 5570 southbound, Route 203 264. 64 westbound, 25th Street 25570, then to and through the